you know that the heating and air conditioning system is one of the largest purchases a homeowner makes for their home? When you purchase a new car, is the mileage per gallon important to you? Do you know that the heating and air conditioning system operates in a similar manner as a car? When purchasing anything, knowledge is power, and I'm going to give you the knowledge of the heating and air conditioning system. I worked in the heating and air conditioning industry for over 10 years on both the contractor side and the distribution side of the industry. I've had the opportunity to visit many different heating and air conditioning manufacturing plants during this time. The heating and air conditioning system has three main components. The main components are the condenser, which is the outdoor unit, the air handler, or the furnace, depending on what part of the country you live in, which is the indoor unit that produces the air, and then the thermostat, that's basically the computer that controls everything. When discussing the heating and air conditioning system, it makes sense to start with the largest, most costly part of the system, the condenser. The condenser is the outdoor unit in the heating and air conditioning system. It houses many components such as the fan motor that you see spinning on the top and the compressor, which basically compresses the gas and makes the system run. The technological upgrades that we're going to talk about today involve the compressor. According to Orr, Saltz, and Groll in a 2020 ASHRAE transition publication, the compressor is often considered the heart of a vapor compression air conditioning system and is also typically the largest consumer of energy within a home setting. The compressor has three different options to it. The first one in the base condenser is basically an on and off version. How this relates to a car is if you get in your car and you slam down on the gas pedal to get it going as fast as you can and then get it to the speed you want and just stop. That's what the base compressor does. It gets there as quick as it can to run at 100%, satisfies the temp in the house, and just shuts off and goes back to zero. The next step up is what they call a two-stage compressor, which is basically a 60-40, meaning that it comes on and runs at about 60% capacity until about 7 minutes into runtime, and then after 7 minutes it kicks in that other 40%. So if the system doesn't run longer than 7 minutes, you've saved about 40% on that cycle of runtime. And then the next step, and the top of the line, is what we call the variable speed compressor. This compressor can go from 25% all the way up to 100%, depending on what the capacity and what the need is inside the home. The condensing unit can't work on its own. It has to pair with either an air handler or a furnace, again depending on what part of the country you live in, to run for optimal efficiency. The air handler is used mainly in hotter climates paired with a heat pump, which runs the complete system in the cooling mode and the heating mode. And it's usually mainly in your southern states, some of it through the Midwest. And then your furnace runs in your northern cooler climates. The furnace is paired just with an air conditioning coil. Both systems have a blower motor, which is what we're going to focus on as far as technological upgrades. The blower motor is very similar to the compressor in the fact that it's got three main parts to change the technological upgrades. Opening up, very similar to the compressor, the base model blower motor basically runs in an on-off setting. So when it's on, it's running at 100%. When it's done, it shuts off. It's there solely to meet whatever temperature you have set in the house. No worries about dehumidification. That's kind of a side process to it. The next step up is what they call a semi-variable speed blower motor, which has 5 defined speeds that typically your installer sets. And it can run mainly at medium-high in the heating mode, and then medium to get a little bit better on the dehumidification settings. And then on the top of the line again is a fully variable speed, which ramps up and down depending on your humidity settings as well as your comfort settings. Both of these systems rely on the thermostat to tell them what to do, as it's basically the computer of the whole operation. The thermostat is where you've seen a lot of technological upgrades over the years. Most people remember in their parents' house or their grandparents' house, they'd have a mercury thermostat on the wall. basically just relied and it was not real accurate. Well, we've upgraded to that, and now your base model is a digital thermostat. It's got the buttons on it. Basically, you set it, can go up a couple degrees, nothing too fancy about it. The next step up from that is you could take that basic thermostat, make it a Wi-Fi thermostat. Now you have control from your phone. And also you can set a few programs on the Wi-Fi thermostat to where you could tell it Monday through Friday, this is my schedule. Weekends, this is my schedule. Whatever your schedule may be, you can program that in the thermostat. And then the top of the line is basically like having an iPad or some kind of tablet on your wall, where it's basically a computer device. It works with the outdoor unit, the indoor unit, keeps everything in sync. It sets the humidity, it sets the temperature, it learns what you do. And it also basically gives you readings to tell you how your energy usage has been. Again, that's the top of the line. All right. Al-Hasnawi and Jassim state in the Iraqi Journal for Electrical and Electronic Engineering, in recent years, popularity of the smart home has been increasing due to low price and simplicity through tablet and smartphone connectivity. Now that you know some of the options available in the heat and air conditioning system, what does all this mean? The components all work together to deliver the desired temperature in the home. The installation and unit sizing is also vitally important when selecting a new system for your home. According to York Johnson Controls, in a 2021 article titled How HVAC Systems Work, finding a system that is the ideal size for your home plays an important role in ensuring just the right amount of energy is used. The main components being the condenser, the air handler, furnace, have similar options available, with the base system being on and off, all the way up to complete variable speed systems. When purchasing anything, knowledge is power, and I hope you now have more knowledge of the heating and air conditioning system. There's many options available in your heating and air conditioning system, and hopefully next time you make a purchase for a system for your home, you will have that knowledge.